everybody, what is up? It's CayleeCandy and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different, and I know I say that every video, but that's because, well, come to think of it, this one isn't really that different. The only difference is that it's unscripted. I just wanted to talk to you guys a bit about what's been going on in my life, and answer some questions such as where's Caylee Vlogs, why haven't I been keeping to an upload schedule, and what the heck are you drawing right now? So I will answer that question first. This is going to be the new logo for Caylee Draws or CayleeCandy, whichever you prefer. This is going to be her new design. I always had kind of an idea for the CayleeCandy mascot in my head, but I never officially got it down on paper, or at least I didn't get it in a way that I liked. This is the first design that I actually really like, and it most likely is going to be the official one. But enough about this. I need to get into the nitty-gritty of some things, because even though a lot of you guys probably aren't commenting on it, I know you guys still are probably pretty interested. And besides, I'm going to turn into Gabby Hanna for a minute and say that YouTube for me has been therapeutic for a while. So I think it's time I take advantage of that and just rant into a microphone for 10 minutes. So I think the biggest thing that I probably should mention is that the main reason probably why Caylee Vlogs is not up yet, the main reason is because I have been dealing with a lot of emotional stress lately. I've been dealing with a lot of just a lot of stuff, really, come to think of it. I've been working with things in college. I have been working on relationships with people. I have been learning how to better myself and how to take care of myself properly, because I'm only 20 years old and I am currently, on my own, and I'm trying to learn how to do that as not only a 20-year-old woman, but also as a 20-year-old type 1 diabetic woman. So that's a piece of it. I think probably the biggest news that I have to give you guys is because there was somebody in my life that I had been with for a very long time, and I cared about this person a lot. I'd known them since I was an early teenager, and I grew to love them to the point where I genuinely, romantically, I really, really loved them. And this person ended up I don't want to say that they didn't end up being who I wanted them to be, but not that I wanted, or that I thought they were. Really how they were. We did have a good relationship for about a year, and then after that, everything kind of just went downhill. And by went downhill, I don't simply mean that, oh, our relationship was on the rocks, we didn't care about each other anymore. It wasn't anything like that. It actually turned very manipulative, very dangerous, and it actually became a severely emotionally abusive relationship. I wish I had known that or had learned that sooner and had just opened up my eyes, but that's the thing about emotionally abusive relationships. You're blind and you don't realize it until the worst thing hits you. And finally, whatever breaking point it was, that breaking point hit me. So I decided to break it off, and that person is no longer in my life. But the thing is that I had dedicated 7 years of my life knowing this person, and romantically I was with them for 5 years. So it's a very difficult thing to go from simply being in a relationship for that long to all of a sudden you're alone, you're by yourself. And I'm not completely by myself. I do have friends close to me that have been helping me get through the situation, people that have pick me back up when I'm pulling myself down. I've had a lot of people helping me with this sort of thing. And to anyone that possibly is in a situation like this, someone that is in a relationship where they are not happy, or they feel like intuitively, if they feel like something is wrong, you need to get out of that relationship. It doesn't matter how much you love that person. It doesn't matter how much you think to yourself, oh, well, if I do just the right thing, or if I do this just the right way, maybe they'll love me again and everything will go back to the way that it was. And, you know, I do love them and I'm not going to give up. You know, love is worth fighting for and blah, 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 blah. Don't. Because while love is worth fighting for, if you're fighting that hard for something, it is not love. It's obsession. It's a fear of loss, because that's why I held on. It's not healthy. If it is love, it is not a healthy type of love that anyone should find themselves in. And the only thing that I could say to someone that is hurting like that, and that's nothing too, people that have been emotionally abused like that, they feel as though everything is their fault. They feel as though no one will ever want them again because of how they have been hurt. And I want to tell you guys that that is not true. That is the furthest thing from the truth. You are your own person. No matter how much one person has scarred you, there is still the real you underneath. And that person is going to show through if you give it enough time. And that's what I'm doing for myself right now. I've been giving myself enough time to heal from that relationship, as well as other things as well. I switched back. This is some good news, actually. I switched back to an animation degree, animation career. I'm no longer in nursing. I'm going back into animation. Unfortunately, I came in a little too late, so I'm going to have to go back into college in the springtime. So I currently am not taking classes at the moment, which is another reason why I've kind of been probably uploading more than I thought I ever would, because I have the time. So I've been dealing with that and trying to transition, really, because I've moved out of the house and I have my own place, and I'm trying to learn how to be an adult and things like that, and it's a lot harder than you would think it would be, but it's still something I gotta do. And another thing that I've been dealing with lately too, because of the transition and the breakup and a lot of emotional learning and personality learning of myself because of other things that have happened. For a while there, I was in a very, I'm just gonna come out and say it, I was depressed. I wasn't getting up in the morning. I had no drive to do anything. Even drawing, I had no drive, no motivation. Every day was a fog, and it's interesting because people who are depressed, they say that even the colors kind of drain from the world and it gets kind of grayed out. And as an artist, that is something that I can honestly say happens. I did not think it would happen to me, but it did. And there was a time there, due to a lot of emotional stress as well, which didn't help my situation of trying to heal from depression and stuff. It completely just kind of, I want to say enveloped me, but I don't know if that's the right word. Basically, it just pulled and sucked me in, and it took a while to get me to pull myself back out. That's one thing about me. I've been through some stuff in my life to where it gets difficult for me to grieve properly, for me to healthily go through those emotions to come out on the other side, because I'm scared of them. I have gone through things that have made me feel very scared to go through my own emotions, to the point where I shut them off. And granted, when you meet me, if any of you ever were to meet me, you would know that I'm a very charismatic, I'm a very bouncy, happy person. And yes, that is a person that I am, but whenever I am dealing with heavy emotional things happening in my life, I tend to get very emotionally drained, and I get emotionally shut off. And that was something that was happening to me, that was happening way too much, to the point where it was getting hard for me to even get out of bed. And for me, that is something that I've never dealt with. That is something that I never thought it would happen to me, and yet, and yet here I am explaining it to you guys in a video. So, I'm doing better now, but with the time to heal and all of that, I still relapse occasionally. I mean, just like with any relationship, I'm going through the classic, you know, oh, maybe if I send that one text or something like that, but I've never done it. Once I left that person, I never went back, and even though it was hard, and it was something that I thought I'd never be able to do, I still am able to do it, and I'm still able to look out on the other side and say that I'm okay, I made it, and I can do so much more than what I thought I could do before. Another reason to get out of emotionally abusive relationships, you will find yourself again. Even if it's in the smallest bit, you will find yourself again. And so currently, not just from that, but also from other things too, I've been going to therapy and stuff like that, and trying to get myself back on emotional track, I guess you could say. And I'm just trying to find that bubbly person that I was once again. You know, that person that I know is me, but yet she's hidden away in a little crevice somewhere, and I don't quite know where she is. But I'll find her eventually. I know I will. Yeah, that's a majority of what has been happening in my life as of late. I've been through a lot in the last 3 to 4 months, but I'm okay now, and I always was okay, but I'm feeling better now, and here's hoping that I'm gonna continue on like I'm supposed to, and, you know, get myself back on track, stuff like that. But yeah, the only thing that I would say is that to whoever is out there and whoever thinks that they know of the person that I am speaking about, don't listen to as much as it pains me to say, you shouldn't listen to you need to protect yourself, not just from but from other kinds of people that treat you like I guess for me, I don't want anybody else to be a victim of this. And even if their acts were done maliciously or they were done unintentionally, I still don't want anybody to feel hurt. I don't want anyone to feel victimized. I don't want anybody to be hurt in ways that I was hurt. To be hurt in ways that really, really messes with your self-esteem, your self-worth, and even your sanity. I don't want anyone to have to deal with that. So please, if you know who I am speaking about, please, I know it's hard to see the light, but don't hurt yourself any further, and please just get out, because they are not worth it. Anyone who hurts you that way, they are not worth it. And they don't deserve your time, and they don't deserve you as a whole. And I'm not just talking about the person I was in a relationship with, I'm talking about anybody who treats anyone else that way. And them, if they're listening to this video, I hope you learned your lesson. I hope you learned that not everyone is going to be the same as me. Not everyone is going to come crying back to you. I hope that you find help in whatever it is you need help with, and I hope that you are able to make peace with yourself and move forward. And I also hope and I pray that you learn something, and that you learn to be the person that I thought that you were. And if that's not possible, go screw yourself. Seriously. I'm never coming back, and I will never mention you, and I will never think of you again. So yeah, that is the video. I hope you guys really enjoyed. And this is CayleeCandy signing off. Peace out.